Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Eco on the Day 0 to Truck series. We are still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Hello again over there, Coyote. So if you wouldn't mind and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you have subscribed, do, I guess, the whole community a favor, myself included, and share this video with someone who you think would benefit. Okay, so in the last video we covered mechanics, we covered glass working, we covered kind of everything up to the point to create this steam truck. So, I guess the next thing that we need to work on then would be advanced smelting. So, to do that you need a blast furnace. So I'm going to go ahead and create one of these. You'll need the potter, and you'll need the mechanic, and you'll need the smith. To create one of these, I'm going to go ahead and grab one of them. Let's see here. This is called blast furnace. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and we've got to find some water because this runs off of water. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here, and that's where we'll go ahead and set up shop. Ooh, that's a little bit fast. Okay, so in that case I'm going to go ahead and I'll put it right about here. Let's go ahead, and you've got to watch which way you've got your input pipe and your output pipe. So we'll go ahead. Oh dear. Okay, now I'm stuck. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my input pipe facing the river there. I'm going to go ahead. I also need a mechanical pump. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll show you where those are made. I'm going to need one of those. I'm going to need another windmill, which I believe I've got, yep, a couple of those stored up. The mechanical pump. Screen machine. Mechanical water pump, there we go. Just made right there in the assembly line. Just requires some iron pipe and some iron bars, so the smelter should be able to hook you up with those. But you'll need one of these to actually supply water to your blast furnace. Another thing that would be good to set up would be the waste filter, but that does require electric power to actually be used, so that's a little bit more of a late term construction. Until then, you just create raw sewage that goes kind of all over wherever your output pipe is. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself one of those mechanical water pumps. There we go. And we'll go ahead and set this up. We want to make sure the output is facing, there we go, like that. And we're going to need a little bit more. Let's see here, we'll go ahead and do give modern shovel. And we'll go ahead and place these here, since these pumps require solid ground to operate on. There we go. And not connected to water source. Power grid has insufficient mechanical power. Okay, so since you're near water anyway, you could use, in this case, a water wheel. I'm just going to go ahead and hook up a windmill, which I may or may not actually be able to put there. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of dirt piled up there. There we go. And now I've got plenty of mechanical power to supply this. I'm also going to give myself some iron pipe. 10 should do it in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll put all of these into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's go ahead and do 7. So that it dead ends right into the water supply there. Okay, So that's now got water running here, thanks to the mechanical power produced by the windmill over there, and water going into our blast furnace. Now we're out of fuel. This will run on really any burnable fuel. So that's any of the logs, the coal, even the wood pulp. It'll even run on that. Arrows, really anything that you can burn can go in here as long as it's not like a liquid fuel. I'll just go ahead and put those right into there for right now. And this is where you make the copper, gold, and iron bars. This is where they are. I think this is a smelt blast furnace copper bar recipe. Right, it's just a copper bar recipe instead of a smelt copper recipe. Quite a bit more efficient. This one requires the advanced upgrades, so advanced 1, 2, 3, 4, or the smelting advanced or advanced smelting advanced upgrade. And this is where, like I said, the iron, gold, and copper are made, but then once you have advanced smelting, you can start to make all of these other recipes here. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll show where advanced smelting is learned. That'll be down here at your research table. Now again, the advanced smelting is one of those skills that takes a little bit more to learn it. Requires Metallurgy Research Paper Basic and Metallurgy Research Paper Advanced, and that's where again you run into those copper bars. So you'll definitely need a source of those before you can make it, but once that's made, you can go ahead and get a advanced smelting skill scroll and learn that. And that will unlock advanced smelting. We'll go ahead and jump over there. Okay. So, now that we've learned advanced smelting, I'm going to go ahead and specialize in that. There we go. Advanced smelting. We'll specialize. Yes. And now we can see we've unlocked steel pipe. We've unlocked steel bars, rivets, rebar, quicklime. And then when you start getting into Advanced Smelting 2 and Advanced Smelting 7, you can unlock the Modern Upgrade 1 and the Advanced Smelting Advanced Upgrade. Now the other thing that the Advanced Smelter takes care of is some of the more advanced things that are made at the anvil. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll put one of those back up again, since I took that down in here before. There we go. And the person who has the advanced smelting can come down here and start making things like the recurve bow, the steel tools, steel saw blades, and let's see here, they can start to make these steel signs. So those things are the steel tools provide quite a bit more durability. So those are quite a benefit. Let's see here, what else? I think that's everything in here. I believe they can also make things, I can't remember if it's over here at the machinist table. Nope, or at the assembly line. Okay, so the smelter, oh, and the smelter does both of those, there we go. So you will need a smelter to craft the blast furnace or the cement kiln, instead of a mechanic for that. And there we go, there's the advanced smelting. So once you've got advanced smelting, you can also make the composite bow and the chainsaw here in the assembly line, as well as the modern tools, which require steel and fiberglass, and the modern rock drill, which allows you to prospect 30 blocks instead of the 15 of the standard iron rock drill. Okay, so that's advanced smelting in a nutshell. That's where you start to need the blast furnace for creating steel. Now steel is going to bring us to industry, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get into that. We're going to need some tier 3 materials for industry, which means one of two things. we either need to go with cement, which is created by the mason here, and is made in the cement kiln, which is made here at the assembly line. Cement kiln, there we go. Or you can go with the rolling mill right here, and the mechanic can then turn steel into corrugated steel sheets or building materials, and you can make it out of that. I'm going to go ahead and we'll set up both of those. The rolling mill requires a room of at least 1.8, so I'm going to go ahead and put one of those into here. Oops, I'm perhaps all out of room. There's not enough room in here. Alright, well, if I had room, that would be the rolling mill. And this requires electric power to work, so you will need to get yourself a steam generator or a steam engine or a combustion generator to make this. Or to make it work at least. Or we can go with the cement kiln. There we go. And that just requires a tier 1.8 room, I believe. Let's see here, status. There you go, it requires a 1.8 room. So we can just go into one of these rooms as well. And that's where cement and reinforced concrete can be made. So you'll still need the advanced smelting here for the rebar. But then you'll just get the cement here from crushed limestone and clay, and then some sand and some crushed rock and some rebar, and you can make the reinforced concrete. This is actually a relatively cheap recipe, and so that's generally the way that people go, is to do the reinforced concrete over the rolled steel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll get a little bit of both here, and we'll clear out an area where we can put one of those buildings down. We're going to need quite a large one here, so let's go ahead and give ourselves some reinforced concrete. So we're going to force give reinforced concrete, and let's go with 100, and actually let's go with 200. There we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll select, let's select the floor form for this one, and we'll go ahead and select the rectangular, there we go, or the floor, and we'll go ahead and do a 10 by 10. $77, $78, $99, $99 blocks. Oh, that'd be a 9 by 11, sorry. That's okay. We'll go ahead and put an extra one down. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and, oops, we don't want floor. We'll go ahead and we'll use one of the wall blocks. So we've got a couple different ones. You've got a reinforced fence now, reinforced concrete fence. This is just the wall. I actually kind of like that, so I think we'll go with that one right there. We'll go ahead and start placing these down, and I will come back as soon as I've got a room built here. Okay, so I've gone ahead and built a room here. As you can see, it's quite tall, and you may be asking, why is it that tall? Well, for two reasons. Number one, I just wanted to display the corrugated steel here and show off, how that looks and everything. But number two, the electric stamping press is quite a large piece of machinery and needs a significant amount of headspace to actually fit in a building. So we are going to use pretty close to that much headspace to actually fit in here at some point. I think it's 6 blocks tall or something. And this is 7, so we should be able to fit it without any problem. But I did want to have plenty of room without having to go through and redesign everything. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over here to the assembly line, and we're going to find the electric machinist table, which is not in here. Mechanics Advanced, where is this thing? Okay. Oh, that's right, electric machinist table, right there. So you have to have industry before you can create that. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll come over here to our research table and show where that's built. This will be all the way down here in I, and requires a lot of different things. The engineering research paper Advanced, which requires the water wheels and the windmills. The engineering research paper Modern, which requires iron axles, iron plates, and iron gears. These are constructed by the mechanic. The metallurgy research paper Modern, which is made by the Advanced Smelter and requires 3 bars and 5 steel, or 3 rebars and 5 steel bars. And then 10 basic research paper, 10 advanced research paper, and 5 modern research paper tags. So quite expensive to get this one. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to myself. And we'll go ahead and learn that and then specialize in it. There we go. Okay, so with that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and come in here and we'll show where that electronic machinist table is made. There we go, the electric machinist table. That's just made with steel bars and then some iron plates and iron gears, made by the person with industry. I'm going to go ahead and give myself one of those as well. Electric machinist table. There we go. I can spell today. We'll go ahead and put one of these down. Right there will work. Alright, and now you need electric power. So we'll have to go back to the mechanic again. And on the assembly line, you'll need to have a steam engine created. So, actually, no, this is not the assembly line. This is right over here at the machinist table. There's the portable steam engine. We just want a standard steam engine. These require water, and they then create from that water and fuel electric power. So I didn't really think of that when I was running the water over here, or when I was placing this building. I like to put mine up on the roof. As it makes it easy to, let's see here. Well, easy to keep out of the way. There we go. There's my water input. So we'll go ahead and rotate that around. And we'll put that right there. Okay, so there's my water input. We're going to have to run water all the way over there from the pump and bring it all the way up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will come back. Okay, so we now have, after quite a bit of work, an iron pipe running from here to our blast furnace, and then all the way along here to our steam engine. Now we can go ahead and we can turn this on or off. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to give coal to this one. So we'll go ahead and do that and pop the coal right into there, and this will start working and producing disable that, it'll go ahead and start producing electrical energy. Okay, so we now have this working. It'll have power there. It has 1,000 watt supply, requires 250 when operating. So on here we can go ahead and start making the electric stamping press. Now, this just requires steel bars, so it's pretty easy to make once the steel bars start coming out. Requires industry labor, so I'm going to go ahead and make one of those, or give myself one of them, sorry. Oops. Stamping press. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put this up. And as you can see, this is a massive machine. Quite tall, as you can see. It barely fits even under that, what is this, 7 blocks tall roof. It still barely fits in there. You need quite a bit of room for this one. But once that's created, you can make steel plates and radiators. The steel plates can then be used over here and are used in creating, hang on now, electric stamping press. There should be an electric lathe in here somewhere. Where is this? Electronics assembly, electric lathe. There we go. One of those. And these all have to be housed in the same building for it to recognize that you have them. That just requires iron wheels, made by the Wainwright, and steel plates, made right over there at the electric stamping press. I'm going to go ahead and give myself one of those. And we'll set that up. Now this is another one of those long or large machines. It fits right into here though, so we have enough room for that now. And I may actually end up having to pick this up and rotate that. So we'll go ahead and pick this up. There we go. So that we're most efficiently using our space. It does require that little bit of a block there on either side for this to fit properly. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I may have even put that a little bit out of position. We'll go ahead and pick that up. There we go. And put it right there so that we maximize our space. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to slide it right in between. Oh, we don't even have enough room there. Okay. We'll put this right here then. Now, the last piece that you can make is the electric planer. Right here. And that requires the rivets and the steel plates. I'm going to go ahead and give myself one of those. And we'll see if we can fit this into here. Not quite. Not quite. So as you can see, you need quite a bit of room here for all of this to make it all work. I'm going to go ahead and extend this area just a little bit out this side so that we can fit that electric planer into here, and that will be wrapping up the video. Okay, so there we have all of the machines necessary. There's the electric stamping press now moved back, the electric planer, and the electric lathe. And these all go towards making the robotics assembly line. That's going to be for a different video, because in the next one we're going to get into electronics. And that's where it all starts to come together, where everything is then fully functional for building that robotics assembly line. And that's where the truck and skid steers and all that kind of industrial level equipment is made. Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. And if you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share the video with someone else. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, take care, ta-ta.